Have you ever gone to bed thinking you were doing everything right, only to wake up feeling exhausted, short of breath, or with a pounding headache? Maybe you've even heard the heartbreaking story of someone who seemed perfectly fine, went to sleep, and never woke up. Those stories stay with us because they remind us how precious life really is. But they also leave us asking an important question. Is there anything we can do to lower our risk? The answer is yes, but perhaps not in the way sensational headlines suggest. Heart attacks and strokes are rarely caused by one single habit or one single night. Instead, they usually develop over many years as several risk factors gradually build up. The encouraging news is that many of those risk factors can be improved. And before the end of this video, I'm going to share one bedtime habit that many cardiologists and sleep specialists recommend because it supports better heart health and is surprisingly easy to begin tonight. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you're with us. This channel is dedicated to helping adults over 50 live healthier, stronger, and more independent lives with practical, evidence-based information. Our goal isn't to create fear. It's to help you understand your body so you can make informed decisions that support your health for years to come. Let's start with something we all know to be true. Every single night while you're asleep, your heart keeps working. It doesn't take a break. Beat after beat, hour after hour, it pumps blood to every organ in your body. At the same time, your blood pressure naturally changes, your breathing pattern shifts, and your body performs countless repair processes that help you recover from the day. For most people, sleep is one of the healthiest things they can do for their heart. During healthy sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure often decrease, giving your cardiovascular system an opportunity to rest and recover. But when sleep is poor or repeatedly interrupted, your body may remain under stress for much longer than it should. One of the most overlooked heart-related conditions after the age of 50 is obstructive sleep apnea. Millions of people have it without realizing it. In this condition, the airway repeatedly becomes blocked during sleep, causing breathing to stop briefly before restarting. These repeated interruptions can lower oxygen levels, disturb sleep, and place extra strain on the heart over time. People with untreated sleep apnea may have a higher risk of high blood pressure and other cardiovascular problems, although appropriate treatment can reduce some of these risks. How do you know if sleep apnea could be affecting you? Common signs include loud snoring, gasping, or choking during sleep, waking up with a dry mouth or morning headaches, excessive daytime sleepiness, or having a partner notice pauses in your breathing. None of these symptoms prove that someone has sleep apnea, but they are good reasons to discuss the possibility with a healthcare professional. Another bedtime habit worth thinking about is skipping prescribed medications because you feel fine. High blood pressure is often called the silent condition because it may not cause obvious symptoms for years while still affecting the heart, brain, kidneys, and blood vessels. If your healthcare provider has prescribed medication, taking it consistently is one of the simplest ways to support your long-term health. Never stop or change prescribed medications without first discussing it with the clinician who manages your care. I'd like to ask you something because many people have very different bedtime routines. What helps you sleep best? Do you read a book, take a short walk after dinner, avoid screens before bed, or have another relaxing habit? Share your routine in the comments below. Your ideas might help someone else improve their own sleep and overall well-being. As you start paying closer attention to your evening routine, you may notice that small, consistent habits often make a bigger difference than dramatic changes that last only a few days. That's the encouraging part about healthy aging. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You simply need to give your body the support it deserves, one evening at a time. We're only getting started because in the next part, we'll look at several common nighttime habits that can quietly affect heart health, explain why blood pressure often changes during sleep, and reveal the simple bedtime routine I mentioned earlier that many people overlook, even though it can become one of the easiest healthy habits to maintain. Now let's continue with the habit I asked you to stay for because it's one of the simplest things you can do, yet many people overlook it completely. It's creating a calm, consistent bedtime routine and giving your body enough time to prepare for sleep. That doesn't sound dramatic, but your body thrives on consistency, Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day helps regulate your internal clock. Over time, this can improve sleep quality, support healthier blood pressure patterns during the night, and leave you feeling more refreshed in the morning. You may not notice a dramatic difference after one night, but as you start to notice these positive changes over several weeks, you may find yourself waking with more energy and feeling steadier throughout the day. Another common habit that deserves attention is eating a very large meal immediately before going to bed. Many people enjoy a late dinner or a heavy evening snack, especially after a busy day. While there's nothing wrong with eating in the evening, consistently going to bed with a very full stomach can increase the likelihood of acid reflux, disturb sleep, and make it harder for your body to settle into the deep, restorative sleep your heart and brain benefit from. Choosing a lighter evening meal and allowing a little time before lying down may help many people sleep more comfortably. Alcohol is another area where small choices matter. Some people believe a drink before bed helps them sleep better because it makes them feel drowsy. While alcohol can make you fall asleep more quickly, it often reduces the quality of sleep later in the night. It may increase nighttime awakenings, worsen snoring, and can make obstructive sleep apnea more severe in some individuals. The result is that you may spend 8 hours in bed, but still wake up feeling as though you barely rested at all. Stress also has a remarkable effect on the body. Think about those evenings when you've gone to bed worried about finances, family, work, or health. Your mind keeps replaying conversations, planning tomorrow's tasks, or imagining worst-case scenarios. Even though your body is lying still, your brain remains active. Stress hormones can stay elevated, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing sleep quality. None of us can eliminate stress completely, but creating a relaxing bedtime routine can help your body shift into a calmer state. Some people find gentle stretching helpful, others prefer reading a book, practicing slow breathing, listening to calming music, or spending a few quiet minutes in reflection. The goal isn't perfection. It's giving your body permission to slow down. Let's talk about blood pressure for a moment because this surprises many people. During healthy sleep, blood pressure typically falls by around 10 to 20% compared with daytime levels. Healthcare professionals sometimes refer to this as nighttime dipping. For some individuals, especially those with certain medical conditions, this natural drop may not occur. That's one reason why managing blood pressure involves much more than checking a single reading during the day. If your healthcare provider recommends home monitoring or even a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure test, it's because these tools can reveal patterns that one office visit simply cannot capture. This brings us back to the simple habit I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Instead of relying on one reading taken when you're rushing into a medical appointment, consider measuring your blood pressure at home exactly as your healthcare provider recommends. Sit quietly for several minutes, avoid caffeine, or exercise beforehand if possible. Use a properly fitting cuff, and record your readings over several days. A collection of accurate measurements often provides a much clearer picture than one isolated number. Many people are surprised to discover that their blood pressure at home is different from what it is in the doctor's office. Sometimes it's higher, but often it's lower because they're more relaxed in familiar surroundings. Here's another question I'd love for you to answer because it may help someone else watching this video. What is one healthy habit you've added to your daily routine over the past few years that has made the biggest difference in how you feel? Maybe you started walking every morning. Maybe you've reduced salt in your diet. Perhaps you've quit smoking, improved your sleep, or simply become more consistent with taking your prescribed medications. Share your experience in the comments. Your story could inspire someone who's wondering whether small changes are really worth the effort. One of the most encouraging discoveries in medical research is that healthy habits often work together. A nutritious eating pattern supports healthy blood pressure. Regular physical activity strengthens the heart and blood vessels. Quality sleep helps your body recover. Managing stress benefits both your mental and physical health. Taking medications as prescribed when they're needed can further reduce risk. None of these habits alone guarantees perfect health, but together they create a powerful foundation for healthy aging. It's also important to recognize symptoms that should never be ignored. If you experience chest pain, sudden weakness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, sudden vision changes, severe shortness of breath, or fainting, don't wait to see if the symptoms improve on their own. These may be signs of a medical emergency, and seeking immediate medical care can make a life-saving difference. The good news is that growing older doesn't automatically mean your heart has to become weaker. Every healthy meal, every walk around the neighborhood, every restful night of sleep, every blood pressure check, and every conversation with your healthcare provider is another investment in your future. You don't have to control everything. You simply have to keep making choices that move you in the right direction, one day at a time. In the final part of this video, we'll bring everything together, clear up one of the biggest myths about blood pressure after 60, explain why aiming for the lowest possible number isn't always the safest goal for every older adult, and leave you with a practical action plan you can start using today to support your heart, protect your brain, and enjoy healthier years ahead.